Should I start?
Okay, in 30 seconds, we are going to start our session. Okay. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about Year Cadet information session, admission information, and about the detailed process. So today we have Asia. Asia is here, and we have also Farzin. Farzin is the moderator. She is going to uh, take the program. And Asia, she is, I think, almost 1 year on this. She's participating in the program, so she's going to share her experience. Okay, Farzin, for you, and then you can introduce her, and then you can start the program.
Yeah. My name is Farzine. I'll be the coordinator. Like, I'll be asking any questions that you may have or anything else. And we have Asia here who will be explaining everything based on her own experiences and her own advice. Okay.
Okay, Asia, you can, whenever you're ready, you can start, and then you can, whenever you like to share the screen, and you can share the website. Go ahead. It's your microphone is in your hand. This is your floor.
Okay. Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Hi, so my name's Ashia. I've been in cadets for around a year, and I go to 5 Buffalo Royal Canadian Air Cadets. So this presentation is mainly based towards the Air Cadets. So there are different types of cadets in all of Canada and even across the world. So there are three main cadets, which are Air, Navy, and Army. Um, there are other cadets such as police cadets and fire cadets, but they're not very mentioned. And so basically, um, Air Cadet is basically focused on, the air and the Air Force. So they get to ride planes. Navy Cadets is focused on the Navy and Marine, meaning that they're focused on, ships and boats. And Army's just on land. So for Air Cadets, these are stuff that we would learn or do from my experience. So the first one is aviation. So there in Air Cadets, there are courses that teach you about aviation mostly. For example, just yesterday I went to gliding, which is like a small airplane. So they got to teach us how to like fly it, how to control the airplane, and stuff like that. The second one is camping, which during the spring we get to go camping to like a campsite to like learn more about survival and how to like survive in the woods with like little to no stuff. The third thing that we do in cadets is air rifle shooting. Last week I went to air rifle shooting and we basically learned how to shoot air rifles for which is called marksmanship, which is basically like a game and we have to shoot the targets. These are also used in competitions. The fourth one is navigation. During our air cadet training, we have classes where we learn about how to navigate in the sky from our airplanes. Our fifth one is leadership training, which is kind of obvious. They teach us how to be a leader. So during, I don't know, like ACR, for example, which is called Annual Ceremonial Review, we know what to do and how to do it. Number six is drill training, which is basically just standing and doing drill. It's not that fun, but you still have to learn it for discipline. Is there any questions so far?
I think we're good.
Okay. So these are some of the different opportunities based off of my experience. So the first one is there are trips to the museum where we get to learn about the history of aircrafts and the Royal Canadian Air Force. These trips are mainly really fun because you also get to learn how to fly a plane as well. Um, yeah, and then the next one is gliding, which I just mentioned a few minutes ago. where you get to just fly in a glider plane and just experience how it is to be in the Air Force. And the third one is camping, where you get to learn how to camp for 2 to 3 days and learn how to survive, making fires, learning to eat what you can eat, making tents, and surviving with people that you don't really know. This the fourth one is stuff that we do during the day. That's like normally that we doing stuff during the weekends. For example, skills day, where we can just learn more leadership, like learn be with our friends, and there's like games going on for skills days. There's also food, of course, which you can't forget to mention. ACR, which I mentioned, was annual ceremonial review, which has banquets. Those banquets are like to celebrate us as cadets, so they have good food. MREs are something that most army people eat during camping, which, to be fair, it's not that good, but you get to learn what they eat. And for us, normally for day stuff, we eat Subway. ACR, again, which I mentioned, is annual ceremonial review, which is held at the end of every training year. For us, our ACR is just next week, which means we have to prepare, we have to learn how to do parading and marching, and we have to learn how to accept awards from seniors and people that are above us. And it's really fun because you get to, get awards and be mentioned a bunch of times. The last one is parties that go on. So there are holiday parties and Halloween parties, which it's fun to be in because you get to get gifts, you get to celebrate with all of your friends and stuff like that. Any questions?
I have a question. So, like, how often are like cadets happen? Like, do they happen weekly or anything like that?
So for cadet training, it starts in September and happens weekly. For us, it happens every Tuesday evening and it keeps going on until the end of June. The day stuff will happen from time to time on weekends or like sometimes even weekdays.
Oh, okay, thank you.
So these are some pictures from our day stuff. This was at Fish Creek last year where we got to play games with all of the cadets and just learn how to be a cadet in general. And this is ACR from last year, and you can see we're all just standing there and not really having a good time because we've been standing for a few hours. But you do get to learn stuff. You can see this guy over here, he has a badge because he got that during ACR and he got an award. With these awards and stuff, you guys get to move on, level up, and rank up. This is another one. This is a picture from one of our Air Force's big events. I don't recall what it's called, but we were there at one of the museums for some parade. And these are some of the links that I'll go through. So the first one is the cadet squadron that I'm in. So this is located in Arnes Moro, but right now they're not accepting anything until September because it's the end of the year. So they talk about the training that's gonna happen, what to wear, like C1s. There's even optional training such as band and flag party, and there are some exceptions for like robotics and what else? Rifle training. Okay. So they talk about how many cadets are in Canada, where it is, and there should be where how to get started. So this is the official cadet website from the government of Canada. And these are like how to be a cadet in general and the types of different cadet programs. For example, also another thing that to mention is that during the summer for air cadets, if you are in level 2 or above, you guys can go to summer camps and learn more about whatever you want to do. For example, marksmanship, which is the rifles, You can learn how to fly a plane. I know a few cadets that have gotten their pilot license at the age of 16. And yeah, this website helps you find what cadets you want to do, how to register, and stuff like that. This website also comes from here, and just locations and elements all over Canada. Is there any questions?
So like I was wondering, is this like an application process like you have to apply to be it? And before you apply, if there is like application process, like do you have to have any like previous training or anything like that?
Of course, so you do not need any previous training, but you do need it should say here that you need
Submit a form.
yeah, you have to submit some forms.
Okay.
Where did it go? It was here a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
Yes,
so
like here, sign up,
yeah.
where you have to do some paperwork.
Everything by online, right, Asia? To for the admission to start the process.
Yes, it's email. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, mostly you have to do it online, but there are some parts where you do have to go in person to cadets just to talk to them about how to do this.
Right.
I
And
think you when you submit the form and then send either send that email, they might respond back, and then you can go and talk to them if needed.
okay, so the program is uh, like school year from September to June, right?
Yes, but you can join whenever you want. Um, and if you do join, you should be coming regularly, or they're just gonna kick you out of the cadet team. It's like that. The for this cadets and most other cadets in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
the weekly schedule would be during Tuesdays or sometimes even Thursdays from 6:30 to 9 o'clock. But that depends which one you're going to.
And Wednesday is optional
So there are
attendance.
optional days where I mentioned about band and flag party, which just adds on to your cadet credit.
Okay. And so that's just, I think we need to fill up the application form and then parents need to sign there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In one part. Okay. And is there any for yearly fee or monthly fee or something, any cost?
Cadets is completely free. So if you don't have anything, no uniform, no training, no anything, it's perfectly fine because cadets is fully free. You just
Okay.
need like a way to get to cadets.
But free of cost, they're going to give you the dress and then boot and all related things they're going to provide.
Exactly. Even the summer camps, if you're going to someplace like Manitoba, your flight is paid for. Everything you do there is paid for. Sometimes, from what I heard from the senior cadets, you even get paid to be there.
Oh, okay, excellent. And then,
That's rare. I mean, rare
Yeah,
means like it's not for everyone.
okay,
that's
It's few people only, right?
yeah. It is. The summer camps are a selection process, but most people do get into the summer camps if they apply.
okay, who are dedicated. Okay, you also share one information that you are allowed to fly a aircraft, small aircraft, right? That is also free of cost, or we need to pay.
No,
As I
free.
said, everything in cadets,
Okay.
every single thing you can think of, it's all free.
So at a time, how many people are going to fit? How many cadets are going to fly together?
So the aircraft's very small. You can only fit two people in the aircraft, but
Okay.
every cadet can have it. Each all has a turn, or they can try to fit as much cadets to have a turn as possible. Um, so basically, there would be the person with the flyer pilot license, and then the cadet's gonna be in the plane at the same time.
Okay. Excellent. Excellent.
Does cadets affect your school life at all?
Ah, very good question.
So that also depends on the type of cadet you are and what you do in school. Sometimes it could affect your school life. Maybe in good ways, you can find people from your school that also go to cadets, or you can be in leadership and do stuff like you'll be really good at presenting stuff or like doing effective speaking. But sometimes cadets could get into the your way of school because the seniors they have to still do a lot of stuff for cadets, like make presentations on what to do. They have to like go to cadet meetings, so sometimes it could affect it, but not that much.
Also, you can arrange a parade during some of the events, right? Like what you did.
So what my dad was trying to say was
Mm.
during Remembrance Day, you could bring cadets to your school. I don't know if some of you guys have seen it yet, but in different schools, cadets do come over to do parade and show how cadets is.
Okay, okay,
That is in the school, but even outside the school as well, you can register for like voluntary, like
okay.
in I think during that fundraising for that event in the Costco or somewhere else,
Yeah,
or
there's
Stampede as
fundraisers
well. You can
and
go and do the parade. Those are like all additional stuffs outside this Tuesday, Wednesday, the weekly schedule.
yeah.
Okay, so is it as Alicia asking you that is this too much pressure that you need to do extra work when you come back home?
Of
Do you need to reboot?
course not.
No, it's
It-
fun.
So, yeah, go ahead. You first.
Cadets, they want you to focus on school before cadets. Cadets
Ah,
is the least priority because school goes first.
And the cadets hours is mostly like the outside of school hours, so it's a evening in the weekly schedule, and anything happens outside this regular schedule, like going to the gliding or camping or even like the parade and other things, those are mostly on the weekends, uh, or some other time like outside the school time.
okay. And then your class is in the evening shift, right? Weekly once is Wednesday or Thursday, right? Or Tuesday.
So for normal cadets is on Tuesdays, but as I
Okay,
said, there's optional cadets as well for Wednesdays for
okay,
us, which is
okay.
like band or like flag, so they can practice more for ACR and other parades.
So
What
I
is the
think just to
yeah?
put that picture, that the cadets usually have candidates who those kind of like stand in the line and do the parade, but
Mhm.
there's another two group in there. One group is host like holding the flag. They call it flag party, I think, right? Or flag party.
Yeah, so they're in charge of holding the flags and being
Gun.
respectful for the flags.
So flag, and I think there's one or two-person can have a gun, like fake gun.
Yeah, they have some have to hold fake rifles
Rifles, yeah.
to make it look realistic.
And then another group having the bands, those kind of like plays the band during the parade. So that two group specifically, that the flag group and the band, um, they usually have Wednesday as well, so that they can go and practice the bands and the flag party stuff additional to the Tuesday.
Yeah,
Perfect. So the class is usually from 6 to 8 or 2 hours or 3 hours.
6:30 to 9.
Okay, 6 to 9, usually most of the centers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, one thing I want to ask you, like from the beginning, was like, what got you into cadets?
So one of my friends was telling me about cadets for a really long time. I'm like, huh, maybe I should try it out. I never did until my mom was like, I saw your friend at there. She was wearing this uniform. It looks cool. You should join. I'm like, oh yeah, I can go and be with my friend. And then when I first went to cadets, I was like, oh, this is really fun. So I just stayed.
Oh.
Yes, and then when you have the year cadet, when your friends know that you are in the year cadet, maybe they will be worried about you. Okay, we cannot do bully her because she's in the year cadet, right? That could be also one thing, right? And then yes, some kind of exercise, body fitness. That is, and then I think discipline. It helps you to discipline. It increase your leadership skills, listening skills, and then you are working also with the other officers. So definitely, it build your confidence, right?
Definitely.
Okay,
Anything else? Something else I want to add on
please.
is that I talked about briefly about ranking and leveling up. So I know some people did have some questions about it a few like some time ago, but leveling up and ranking up is two different things. Leveling is based on your age group, meaning that each year, the more older you get, the more higher your level is. But ranking is how long you stayed in cadets, how well you're doing in cadets, how like good you are, stuff like that. The highest ranking in cadets for kids would be Warrant Officers First Class, which they also get the most respect in all of cadets.
So what do you start with for your ranking or level?
So you start with AC, which means Air Cadet, so you don't actually officially have a rank, but you have to wait at least 5 months to level up, rank up to LAC.
So like they track your progress, right? So do they like mark it, like for example, like in school, or is it like just like based on the observation?
So they only mark it through the cadet program, not through school.
Oh, thanks.
But cadets could apply, help you for your resumes, or if you want to apply somewhere, cadets can 100% help you.
Thank you.
In future, if you like to join in police department, army, or other department, it will definitely this will be this experience will help you, right?
Exactly. Or even in general, cadets teaches you about leadership, and leadership helps you a long way through a lot of jobs.
Right.
In fact, cadets has, I think the last time they were talking about effective speaking, right?
Yeah, there are like different places you can go for like to help you with your leadership and to increase your speaking and communication.
Last time I think they were calling for like if someone wants to join in somewhere in the high river, they had a like it's like the province wide, all the cadet groups were joining over there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, actually, one more question. Just can you review the, because lots of people are asking the parents, sometimes they're not clear how to start. So, can you step by step tell me that, just share your experience, how to start and from what is the process to start to join the cadet?
So when I first learned about cadets, I decided to search up cadets on Google
Okay.
and went to the Government of Canada's website for cadets. From there, there was a bunch of different cadets, as I said, but here, there's the free element which is most important. So I click this, and you just have to learn about the different cadets because each cadets is for different people. Some people like army more than air, or some people like sea more than air. So it's based off of preference. But another thing to mention is you have to be the age of 12 to 18 to join cadets. You can't be younger or older. But you can join cadets whenever you want for these ages.
Asya, can I request you to share the screen? Where is the application form? Where are those information, please?
The application form should
You
be.
can share it. Yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
And not now. Can you share it again?
Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
So can you, yeah, so the application form should be at the bottom of this website. Oh wait, no, never mind. Here, so you guys can either apply online or you can just go in person and they can easily just set you up there. But there are requirements, as I said, but here it is. So you do have to be a legal resident of Canada to be able to join cadets. You have to have proof of health insurance, and you have to be at least 12.
Okay. Excellent. Grade 6 student, right? Okay.
Grade 7 mostly, but
Okay.
So
So
do
the
you have
three
a
is.
form or anything, or just email?
so from here, yeah, you can email this person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know if you guys want the email or anything because this is just for air cadets. Then
Mm-hmm.
you have to bring copies of your, like date of birth, like your passport or birth certificate and your health cards. This website basically answers a lot of these questions. So yeah.
Okay, basically just you need the intention. That is the main thing.
Exactly.
Otherwise, just you need to apply. You need to, I think there's one PDF file, right? Application form, your name and your parents' name. This information you need to fill up, submit it, and that's it.
Yes. I think it does say that there is an online application form here.
Mm-hmm.
We do need to find,
Okay.
but it's going to be on the correct website
Okay, I've said there's a one PDF file, yes, about them.
here. So these are the steps, and there you go. Here's like the registration thing.
Okay. Oh, register online. You can do everything online. Okay, I see that. Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is very easy, very simple. And one more, I think some students they start in September, some start in October, November, December. This all year round they can take the admission.
Yes. Other than like when they say that they can't, for example, right now they're
Hmm.
not accepting anyone in because
Because
it's the end of the year.
it's close. June is almost close. I think till May they can join.
Exactly.
But I
Okay.
think you can apply it. I mean, they will probably let you know that you can join in, like
You can
next
definitely
session.
apply, but
Okay.
it's not guaranteed that you can come.
No, I'm saying they can say that you can join in next session, right?
Yeah, they'll tell you have to join next year.
Okay. Okay. I got it. So all the year round, like the school, you can apply it, and then they're going to contact with you when you're going to start, right? Okay.
So like how long does it take for them to reach back to you?
I actually don't know, but it
I
shouldn't take that long.
yeah, I think if the cadet is already open in session, then assume maybe just few business days. If it is not open, suppose someone submitted the form in June end, right? That means
Hmm.
that the cadet is already closed. So you have
Right.
to wait for next session to open in September, and then probably they will reply back.
Okay. I think, yeah. Anybody, any question?
I was just wondering, like, are there like spots, like first come, first serve, or like do they have like a lot of spots? Or yeah.
So it's not about spots. If you want to join cadets, you can definitely join. They don't. It's not first to come, first serve, or you have to register and just be on a waiting list. If you want, you can just come straight in.
I think they always have a spot. I mean, it's not
Okay.
like super crowded or something.
Because they always want more people to join
Yeah,
cadets.
exactly. And otherwise,
Okay.
even like Calgary as well, there are like multiple groups. It's not just one, right?
Exactly.
So it's not just this one, but we have here, I think, all these three different type of cadet groups and more than one group for each area.
Okay, I got it, right? I think they want more people always. They need more people. And there's also, I think, few branches. If
Yeah.
one branch is more, they can transfer to other nearest
Yeah, but
branch.
usually they have spots. Like I
Okay.
don't think they're overcrowded.
Yes, because last 4 or 5 years, some of my students are working with them, Air Cadet. They told me that nobody is rejected, everybody get accepted. That is excellent.
Another thing you wanted to add, like the parents' involvement.
Yeah, so if your parents really want to be involved in cadets, there are such things as parent meetings where you can like help with fundraisers,
Mhm.
like plan what to do next. For example, I know that a few of my friends' parents, they are planning the ACR and their banquet. So if you really want to be involved with your kids' cadets, you can always join their meetings.
You want me to do?
Okay.
Do you want to talk about like what type of fundraisers raising event happens? Just give some examples.
So the fundraisers, in cadets, there's a bunch of fundraisers that can go on to help support Cadet Canada and just in general for your squadron. And so fundraisers could be like selling first aid kits or like getting chocolates from people.
Excellent.
So for
Yeah.
the parties you mentioned earlier, is it like mandatory that we have to go or?
No. Uh, for either way, in training days, it's not that as mandatory, especially for parties. If you don't want to come to the party, you don't have to.
But for cadet days, if you don't go, then I think you have to let them know, right, that I'm not coming. Like
Yeah, for like
usual.
normal training days, you should let them know that you're not coming, or then they might as well, because I do know that they place something new where if you don't come in 90 days or more, then they're kicking you out.
Okay.
Okay. Excellent. I think we got the all information related to that. Thank you very much, Asia, for cadet Asia, and then Alicia and Farjin, maybe future cadet. Hope we'll see you next September. You can try 1 year. Let's see if you like it. Fine. You can. I think you can cancel it anytime, right? Asia. They can. Yeah. If you don't like to say anything, or if you don't have any more question, we can say close our session today.
Yeah, I think we can wrap up now.
Thanks, guys.
Of course, thank you for taking the time out of your like busy schedule, I presume, for explaining this to us and telling us more about your experience.
Yeah. Thanks again.
Bye bye. Good night.
Bye.